From a fight breaking out to a simple tackle in football, injuries are very common in high school sports. According to the Center for Disease Control, or CDC, roughly 30 million students play high school sports. Out of all of those athletes, 2 million of them are injured each year. Out of the 2 million injuries, 500,000 are doctor visits, and 30,000 are hospitalizations. In this interview, a softball coach gives us insight to certain injuries that are fairly common in softball.
I think for girls' sports in particular, knee injuries are pretty prevalent just because of the way girls land on their feet. A lot of times their knees tend to get more injury than other parts of their body. Also, for some reason, women are a little bit weaker with their hamstrings as well and their lower back. That tends to play into knee injuries more so than any other. But as far as that goes, it's usually the knee or just, a pulled muscle here and there as far as softball goes.
How many players like that?
What I've experienced personally, it's 1 to 2 a year, if that. The most I've had is 2 a year. But that's, it's every now and then. It's not every single year, but I'd say on average 1 to 2 a year.
In your games, how often is basketball used?
It's kind of a dogfight, especially when you're playing a rival, and those emotions tend to come out more so rather than when you're playing an opponent that you can easily beat. But rivalry games are usually the more intense, more emotional games, and that can tend to bring out the worst in players.
How would you say to prevent bad sportsmanship and injuries that happen?
I think that just starts with your training and off-season, coming in and setting a standard for your players to follow from day one so that there's a protocol. They know what you expect of them. They know how to act in a game, and also to follow through with repercussions in case tensions flare up or attitudes flare up and there is a situation. There's a protocol to follow, and the athletes are held accountable for their actions. And then as far as injury, again, that's off-season training. Weightlifting prevents injury, and so the more you weightlift and take care of your muscles and build those muscles, you're going to prevent injury.
Factors like these cause common injuries in certain sports. Injuries in football are so controversial because of the amount of trauma due to concussions. Scientists dedicate their lives to create adaptations to the sport of football to reduce the amount of concussions. Along to the scientists' contributions, the NFL and other football leagues have created rules to prevent head injuries such as concussions. The NFL created the helmet-to-helmet rule in 2013, which reduced direct contact to the top of the head with another one's helmet.
How often does your players get hurt every year?
About 2 or 3 injuries a year.
What type of injuries?
More in line with concussions, twisted ankles.
Throughout your years being a coach, what's the worst injury have you ever gotten involved with? When your players got involved with?
A broken leg in the middle of football practice, bone sticking through the skin.
Has there ever been bad sportsmanship in your games?
Yes.
Do you, as a coach, do you know ways to prevent these injuries or prevent bad sportsmanship?
Injuries come along with the game. They're inherent with any sport, whether it's a baseball to the face, a hit to the rib cage, or just a twisted ankle from stepping on someone's foot. Sportsmanship is well within our control. That's just decisions we make as players and coaches.
Thank you for this interview.
According to Dan Peterson from Live Science, football players are 40% more likely to be in a confrontation than non-athletes. It's more common to see an athlete who plays a contact sport to get into a fight compared to one who plays a non-contact sport. Wrestlers were in fights 45% more often, while tennis players were 35% less likely to be in an altercation. The increase of violence outside the sport with athletes who play contact sports is because of the nature of the sport they play. The prevention of violence is as easy as setting up rules to keep athletes away from doing the wrong thing off and on the field. Also, sports are constantly changing to keep athletes healthy as long as possible.